Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenganjeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. And today we have a woman, and I will tell you the kind of man she's looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches, and the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contact of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjeru. So you can follow Jenganjeru on Facebook, and you'll be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is a 31-year-old single lady. I had preempted her story on YouTube, on Facebook yesterday at Jenganjeru. You can check my Facebook page. And I had said that she is a 31-year-old single lady who is in Nairobi but comes from Homa Bay. Homa Bay is in Luo Nyanza. At the age of 31, you could be asking yourself, why is she single? What kind of a man is she looking for? And things like that. And the moment you attempt to answer these questions, that is when you maybe begin to develop some interest or lack of it. So Rita is a 31-year-old single lady. She is in Nairobi. I will not mention the specific place. I will also not mention the specific hospital she is working in because it's a famous hospital. And I don't want people to go around looking at who is who. She's a medic. I am also not giving details so much, so you know her profession. And she comes from Luo Nyanza. She says that one of the reasons why she has not been married is not because she has not found the right man. No, she was focusing on her career. There are people who fail to get married because they were focusing on either children, others were focusing on career, others were even, I had somebody telling me that they were born and raised in abject poverty. For that reason, because they were living in mud thatched houses, mud houses which were grass thatched. And the person was telling me that it was very important that their home was built in a modern way, to build a modern house, And until then, irrespective of the income, that is when the person had promised themselves to get married. So he was taking his time at least to build a decent home so that he doesn't end up taking up on family resources and maybe having a conflict of interest with bills as he was trying to build a good home, a decent modern house for their family. So there are many reasons as to why somebody could still be single at 30, at 40, at 50, and still have been built something that is so dear to them. So for Rita's case, she has been building on her career. She wanted to get married at the age of between 25 and 35. Again, when you're pursuing a career in medicine, for instance, you all know that it takes some time. It also takes some time to get internship. Internship is what most people call attachment. And you get some internship either with the government or with private companies, and then you can be able to earn a salary at the end of which you can now make a decision to settle down. And most people downplay the importance of preparing yourself for marriage, whether it is mentally, financially, or otherwise. In this economy, for instance, you are likely to experience an emotional and most likely a financial crisis and a meltdown if you're not careful in the area of finances, because you might end up hitting on the other person, not liking the other person because they have given you a spending vibe. They have shown you, or you have realized that at the end of the day, you will be spending more. But what did you expect? When you're coming into marriage, what did you expect? What did you expect? Because at the end of the day, you want to be very honest with yourself. You want to set a very good precedence on the spending of family, because when two people come together, if you are spending in one way, you will be spending dual kind of expenditure. You'll be having a dual expenditure. Why not have a dual income? So arguably, that is why she had taken her time. She's looking for a man who is between the ages of 30 all the way to 40. If you're that man, and she would prefer somebody who does not have children, a person who does not have baby mama dramas, person who was not married in the past because she was not married in the past. So if you were married in the past, and even if you divorced and the divorce papers were even signed by the Attorney General himself, now is a lady, even if the divorce papers were signed by the Attorney General herself, you are still ineligible to vie for this position. Higher, if you are also having a children, some children, a child or some children, you know what I mean? If you're having some children or you have a child out there and you feel like just because that person moved on or you let them go, you cannot deny your children, can you? You are still not eligible to place a bid for Rita. At the same time, you should also be very careful in terms of religion because she says that she's an ardent Christian. She is in praise and worship as a department in church. She is in ministry. So if you drink, that will not be a plus. So anybody who drinks, anybody who is doing drugs, no matter how harmless he thinks the drugs are, you're not eligible to vie for Rita. She's looking for a man who is committed, a man who is a family guy, a man preferably who has a career. So she says that she would want this to be so specific that if that man does not have a career, if that man does not have something he went to school to do, or a business that he established on his own, she is not interested. She says that she has all the time to choose, even if it means to be reposted, because at the end of the day, you're looking at the possibility of having somebody that you can be compatible with. And I usually tell people it is always important to set a standard. That standard is very important for you as an individual because you are entertaining something that will be for the rest of your life yours. You will be sleeping next to this person for the rest of your life as long as you're together. You will be sharing family secrets. You'll be making wealth together, if you will. You'll be sharing ideas. You will so much take after this person. To take after is to resemble. To take after is to look like. Okay? In terms of value, in terms of moral values, the things you hold so dear, your kind of prayer life, your kind of moral standing, and things like that. So it is important to take your time and choose properly. Sometimes I see people saying, "Oh, Jenga, I came to your show. I have never gotten a match," but they have never come to the show in person. They have never presented themselves on the show. They have never sent us details to broadcast. They have only been waiting for guests to come, and some don't even know how to introduce themselves. It is weird. You can choose to be posted just like Rita today and get a match. She does not have children. You see those numbers on the screen. You can reach out to my desk and you can also be posted and increase the chances of getting as many lovers as possible. And then because you're looking for one, you will choose the best from the rest. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.